In 1933, King Kong didn't just break box office records. It redefined the limits of cinematic horror. Preview screenings revealed scenes so disturbing that immediate cuts were deemed essential before the film could reach general audiences. The most infamous omission was the spider pit sequence, a grotesque scene where Kong dropped sailors into a chasm teeming with monstrous insects. Crew members recalled gruesome deaths as the creatures devoured their victims. The footage was so unsettling that studio executives ordered its complete removal, fearing it would overwhelm viewers and disrupt the film's pacing. Producers Marion C. Cooper and Ernest B. Schoedsack reluctantly agreed, though Cooper later expressed regret over the loss. The footage vanished into Hollywood's vast storage system, sparking decades of speculation. Some believe it was deliberately destroyed, others think it was simply discarded as part of routine studio practices. Partial reconstructions emerged in the 2000s using production stills and stop-motion animation, but the original footage remains lost. While rumors persist about other disturbing scenes being cut, the spider pit remains the most documented casualty. Even with these edits, King Kong pushed 1930s cinema into bold new territory, proving that even censored monsters could terrify audiences. Howard Hughes' The Outlaw, completed in 1941, quickly became a lightning rod for controversy, not because of its plot, but due to its unabashed focus on Jane Russell's cleavage. When Hughes attempted a limited release in 1943, the Production Code Administration intervened almost immediately, pulling the film from theaters after just 1 week. The infamous hayloft scene, in which Russell reclines provocatively in a revealing blouse, became the epicenter of the dispute between Hughes and Hollywood's moral gatekeepers. Hughes, ever the maverick, refused to make the demanded cuts. Instead, he re-edited the scene multiple times, determined to preserve his vision and challenge the censors. The standoff became legendary, fueled by rumors that Hughes had engineered a special steel bra to accentuate Russell's figure, a claim Russell herself later dismissed, though the myth only added to the film's notoriety and allure. The battle with censors dragged on for 3 years, with Hughes leveraging the controversy to generate even more public interest. When The Outlaw finally saw a wide release in 1946, the years of bans, protests, and whispered rumors had only amplified its appeal. Audiences flocked to see the film that had scandalized Hollywood, and Jane Russell became an overnight icon, her image forever linked to the film's rebellious spirit. Hughes' defiance turned censorship into marketing gold, transforming what could have been a forgotten Western into a cult sensation. The Outlaw endures as a testament to the power of controversy, and the enduring allure of what Hollywood tries to hide. When Alfred Hitchcock released Psycho in 1960, the now legendary shower scene became an immediate lightning rod for controversy and intense scrutiny. Though tame by modern standards, its suggestive editing and psychological ferocity alarmed censors and moral watchdogs alike. The Production Code Administration flagged the sequence for its implied nudity and the swirling blood circling the drain, while the Catholic Legion of Decency threatened to condemn the film outright, putting its release in jeopardy. Hitchcock, ever the master of suspense and subversion, chose to adapt rather than confront. He meticulously crafted the scene using rapid-fire editing, 78 camera setups in just 45 seconds, creating a sequence that suggested far more than it actually showed. There was no visible blade penetration, no explicit nudity, just a symphony of suggestion, piercing screams, and flickering shadows. The result was a scene that left audiences reeling, their imaginations filling in the blanks with horrors far worse than anything on screen. Rather than hinder the film, the censorship concerns only added to its mystique. Hitchcock, always a savvy showman, reportedly used the controversy to generate buzz, stoking public curiosity and anticipation. The strategy paid off. Psycho grossed over $60 million, shattering box office records and forever redefining the horror genre. The shower scene endures as a masterclass in psychological terror, a testament to Hitchcock's genius for manipulating audience expectations. It proved once and for all that what remains unseen can be infinitely more terrifying than what is shown, and that suggestion, when wielded by a master, can haunt viewers long after the credits roll. A single bedroom scene nearly derailed Elia Kazan's career in 1956. Despite his 2 prior Oscar wins and reputation as one of Hollywood's most daring directors. His film Baby Doll featured a charged moment between Carol Baker and Eli Wallach that ignited a firestorm of religious outrage and moral panic across the country. The scene, widely interpreted as a provocative seduction, drew immediate and fierce condemnation from religious groups. The powerful Legion of Decency labeled the film morally repellent, and Cardinal Spellman of New York went so far as to urge all Catholics to boycott the film entirely. The controversy quickly escalated, with church leaders and conservative organizations calling for censorship and outright bans. Under mounting pressure, Warner Brothers reluctantly caved, trimming the infamous scene in hopes of quelling the uproar. Yet, as is often the case, the controversy only fueled public curiosity and interest. International bans soon followed, but so did critical acclaim. Baby Doll garnered 4 Academy Award nominations, including nods for Carol Baker's performance and Tennessee Williams' screenplay. Speculation has long lingered that the excised footage was far more explicit than what remains in the final cut. Though the missing scenes are reportedly locked away in studio vaults, their existence continues to intrigue and tantalize film historians and cinephiles alike. Ironically, the backlash and ensuing scandal transformed Baby Doll from a Southern Gothic drama into a cultural lightning rod, elevating it to the status of cinematic legend and ensuring its place in Hollywood history as a film that dared to challenge the boundaries of on-screen sexuality and moral propriety. On September 15, 1954, Billy Wilder captured one of cinema's most enduring images: Marilyn Monroe standing atop a New York subway grate, her white dress billowing skyward in the night air. The moment, intended for the 7-year itch, was instantly iconic. But the original footage proved far too risque for the era's strict moral standards. The initial take, filmed before a crowd of onlookers and press, revealed more of Monroe than the Production Code Administration would ever permit. 20th Century Fox executives, wary of both censors and public backlash, quickly ordered a reshoot on a closed set. The new version was carefully staged to be more modest, ensuring the scene would pass muster with Hollywood's moral gatekeepers. The drama extended beyond the set. Monroe's then-husband, baseball legend Joe DiMaggio, was present during the original shoot and reportedly stormed off in anger at the spectacle. Their already troubled marriage unraveled soon after, with some observers blaming the subway grate incident as a decisive tipping point. Despite the censorship and behind-the-scenes turmoil, the edited scene became legendary, forever linked to Monroe's star persona. Most of the uncut footage is believed lost to time, with only a handful of still photographs and newsreel clips offering tantalizing glimpses of what was originally filmed. The 7-year itch endures as a classic, its legacy shaped as much by what was hidden from audiences as by what was ultimately shown on screen. The moment remains a testament to the power of suggestion and to the cultural impact of a single unforgettable image. In 1930, Josef von Sternberg's The Blue Angel introduced American audiences to the magnetic presence of Marlene Dietrich as Lola Lola, but not in her full, unfiltered glory. The US release of the film was heavily edited to tone down Dietrich's provocative performance, reflecting the era's anxieties about sexuality and gender roles. Although this occurred before the Hays Code's full enforcement in 1934, local and regional censors already wielded significant power over what could be shown on American screens. Dietrich's sultry cabaret scenes, featuring revealing costumes and suggestive choreography, were trimmed or softened for American sensibilities. The German version of the film presented Lola as a bold, sexually empowered figure who openly challenged gender norms and societal expectations. Her dominance, allure, and unapologetic sensuality were central to the character's impact. However, American censors found this portrayal too dangerous, cutting scenes that showcased Lola's power and the subversive nature of her sexuality. There are even claims that some of the most daring footage was never seen by European audiences either, as the film's risque content sparked controversy across borders. Despite the edits and the attempts to dilute her performance, Dietrich's magnetic presence still captivated viewers, and The Blue Angel launched her into international stardom, paving the way for her legendary Hollywood career. Today, The Blue Angel remains a landmark in erotic cinema, his legacy enduring despite, or perhaps even because of, the censorship it faced. The film's history is a testament to the power of performance and the enduring allure of what is forbidden, with Dietrich's Lola Lola standing as an icon of both cinematic and sexual liberation. When Elia Kazan began filming A Streetcar Named Desire in 1951, He set out to capture the raw, unsettling moments that pulsed at the heart of Tennessee Williams' play, moments that Hollywood's moral enforcers found intolerable. The film's most harrowing sequence, Stanley Kowalski's assault on Blanche DuBois, became a battleground for censors, who intervened long before the film ever reached audiences. The Production Code Administration, bolstered by the powerful Catholic Legion of Decency, demanded sweeping changes to ensure the film aligned with their strict moral standards. Their influence reshaped the film's emotional core, muting the raw intensity and psychological trauma that Williams had so unflinchingly written. While Kazan's original cut reportedly depicted the assault with greater explicitness and emotional violence, the final version was forced to rely on implication, shadow, and suggestion. The result was a diluted portrayal that softened the devastating impact at the heart of the story. Vivien Leigh's performance as Blanche DuBois remained haunting and powerful, but the censorship blunted the character's descent into madness, making her unraveling less visceral. Marlon Brando's Stanley Kowalski, too, lost some of his menace and complexity, rendering the film more palatable for mainstream audiences but less true to the play's original vision. Despite these significant edits, A Streetcar Named Desire swept the Academy Awards, winning 4 Oscars, including Best Actress for Leigh. Some believe the studio's willingness to compromise helped avoid a cultural firestorm, allowing the film to reach a wide audience while still resonating with critics and viewers alike. Yet the legacy of the censorship lingers, a reminder of the era's moral constraints and the power of what remains unspoken on screen. In 1947, Black Narcissus shattered conventions and pushed psychological boundaries with a climactic breakdown scene that left both audiences and censors deeply unsettled. Kathleen Byron's unforgettable portrayal of Sister Ruth's descent into madness was so intense and visceral that it drew the attention of both British and American authorities, who worried about the impact of such raw emotion on the screen. Censors demanded minor edits to soften the most harrowing moments of physical struggle and emotional intensity, particularly during the film's iconic bell tower confrontation between Byron and Deborah Carr. While these changes trimmed some of the scene's most jarring edges, the core of the sequence, its feverish energy and sense of impending doom, remained largely intact. Byron's performance, marked by clawing gestures, wild-eyed desperation, and a palpable sense of spiritual and emotional collapse, delivered a chilling portrait of a mind unraveling. The film's vivid Technicolor palette only heightened the unsettling effect, bathing the Himalayan convent in lurid hues that mirrored the character's inner turmoil. Though the cuts imposed by censors were relatively modest, they did slightly blunt the raw edge of the film's most powerful moments. Restoration efforts in recent years have focused primarily on enhancing visual quality rather than recovering lost footage, as most of the original material was never preserved. Today, Black Narcissus is hailed as a daring and visually stunning exploration of faith, repression, and psychological unraveling. Byron's performance, once considered too intense for audiences, is now recognized as a landmark in cinematic portrayals of madness, and the film endures as a testament to the power of psychological storytelling in classic cinema. Otto Preminger's 1959 courtroom drama, Anatomy of a Murder, delivered a level of realism that rattled Hollywood's moral watchdogs. Starring James Stewart as a small-town lawyer defending an army lieutenant accused of taking a life, the film tackled intimate violence with a candor that made censors uneasy. Otto insisted on using clinical language, terms like assault and contraceptive, that had long been taboo in American cinema. The courtroom scenes, drawn from real-life transcripts, were unflinching in their detail. Preview audiences reportedly squirmed in discomfort, and rumors suggest even more explicit footage was shot but never released. Having previously clashed with the production code over The Moon is Blue, Preminger was no stranger to censorship battles. This time he argued that sanitizing the testimony would compromise the film's authenticity. The PCA pushed back, demanding edits to the most provocative dialogue. Some believe the excised material included graphic medical descriptions that would have triggered widespread bans. Still, the version that reached theaters sparked national debates about artistic freedom and moral responsibility. Despite, or perhaps because of the controversy, Anatomy of a Murder became a box office hit and earned 7 Academy Award nominations, including Best Picture. Its bold language and unfiltered subject matter marked a turning point in Hollywood's portrayal of difficult themes. Hollywood's censorship machine faced one of its most controversial battles in 1961 when William Wyler's adaptation of The Children's Hour dared to explore what the industry considered forbidden territory. The film, starring Shirley MacLaine and Audrey Hepburn as teachers falsely accused of having a romantic relationship, became a case study in navigating the production code's rigid boundaries. From the earliest drafts, the Production Code Administration demanded that any overt reference to same-gender attraction be eliminated. Wyler, a three-time Oscar winner known for his artistic integrity, clashed with censors who feared even subtle implications could provoke widespread backlash. The original Lillian Hellman play was far more direct, but the film adaptation had to rely on nuance and subtext. Studio executives at United Artists were acutely aware of the financial risks. Conservative audiences and theater owners could sink the film if it appeared too provocative. Early drafts reportedly included more candid dialogue between MacLaine and Hepburn's characters, with emotional confessions that left little ambiguity. The final cut, however, leaned on lingering glances and carefully constructed silences to convey what could not be spoken. Despite the compromises, critics applauded the film's bravery in addressing such a sensitive topic. It earned 5 Academy Award nominations, including Best Supporting Actress for Faye Bainter. Even in its restrained form, The Children's Hour managed to challenge the moral constraints of early 1960s Hollywood. If you've enjoyed this video, please leave a like and comment. Also consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell to get notified of our new videos each week. Thanks for watching.